right, what's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. It is November 21st. I am headed to work on the place, and I wanted to share an idea, a thought today that I think is pretty damn cool. Because once you make this realization, you free up a lot of guilt, a lot of anxiousness. So I've been working on the house periodically for a while now, a couple months before we move in. One of the things that I had to do was wash the roof. Now, if anybody knows anything about real estate, you can create what is called phantom money or phantom value. So, for example, we have the house appraised at its current state, and it appraises at $290,000. Now we go in and we upgrade the kitchen a little bit, we clean up, we do some landscaping, we repaint here and there, we change some designs, really just cosmetic stuff. But then we have it reappraised, and suddenly it's worth $365. We spent, say, between $5,000 and $10,000, but we created phantom value of roughly $50,000 to $60,000, and that's just a complete hypothetical. But that kind of scenario happens all of the time in real estate. That is one of the magical things about real estate. So I'm cleaning my roof and making it look nice again because it had built up moss and mildew from the previous owner not giving a crap. And my little bit of effort, let's say 3 hours spent altogether, power washing the roof, doing it safely, taking my time, making it look nice, and doing it right. The place looks, far different than when it started. Monumentally better, exponentially better as far as curb appeal goes. And it was making me think yesterday, as I was starting the project yesterday, that we have a tendency to link effort and time. And I think doing this creates a very poor relationship for most people with the term effort, with effort in general. So let's use an example, and I'll explain this the best I can. We begin by selecting a goal. We see something, we're inspired by something. We have a picture in mind. We decide we want to achieve something. And this happens all the time to a lot of people. You can say it off the cuff in your head. I want that. Now, this is a super common occurrence, and it's inspired by all sorts of things: people, content, items, places, any number of things. This is kind of a human behavioral tendency to be drawn to things that we prefer, that we desire. Now, the second part to this double-edged sword is that if we dig at all, we can usually figure out what it will cost us in terms of time to achieve something. Let's say you want to learn a 15-second handstand, or you really actually want to just learn a handstand. You were inspired by somebody you saw, somebody online, somebody who changed and did it for themselves. So right away you know that you want to learn a handstand, and the next thing you have is some piece of information that gives you a general sense of how long it would take to do that. This is where people get screwed up, because if it takes, let's say, 3 months to learn a handstand, it's very hard to grasp that concept with the present energy, the same energy that you have or create when you decide that you are interested in something, that you want to learn something. And for many people, that's it. I've seen it, witnessed it. All you have to do is listen to someone speak about themselves, and they do something along the lines of, I could never do that. I could never achieve that. I could never be like that person. And right away, their language determines the outcome. They close off the possibilities of creating something for themselves in the future by being fearful of the effort over the course of the time that somebody told them it would take. So let me present a different situation. Let's say you are inspired to learn a handstand, and there's nothing in your mind that blocks you from believing that you could learn a handstand. You're not a paraplegic, you're not limited in any sense physically. You have no reason off the cuff to believe that you could not learn a handstand. Furthermore, you see many people do it, you talk to people, you hear from people, and no one tells you that it will probably take you 3 months or more. Maybe 6, maybe 12. You don't know. You have no time frame in mind. So instead of thinking about the time it might take, you simply start. You just think about it. What do you need to do? What is, in essence, what is a handstand? It's pretty self-explanatory. So you begin to put in effort. You begin to try. One day it's this, one day it's that. But what matters is that you're doing it. That's it. You don't know how long it will take you, and it hasn't occurred to you that it could take a long time, so you simply start. Time isn't a factor. Time is not linked to effort. Time does not stifle your efforts. You put effort as the number one priority, and as a result, you actually make progress. You actually begin to feel forward momentum. One day, you momentarily catch some balance because you have simply begun building the awareness in your body that will allow a handstand one day. It's not refined yet. And now you're addicted. Now you feel even better about your efforts because you still are unaware of how long it could take you, but you've tasted what it feels like to have some little successes along the way. And they're like breadcrumbs. They're just simple feelings of what's the word? Sort of internal drive. You're creating motivation essentially by dropping the breadcrumbs along the way that will help guide you to wherever you want to go. Now, yes, you're going to solve problems along the way. You're going to confront soreness. You might injure yourself. But as long as you do not focus on the idea, first and foremost, that it might take you a long time, then effort and time do not have to be linked together. See, most people get into the position of allowing time to be the determining factor in the effort they put into something. Rather than simply saying, it matters to me because I have decided it has value and I'm going to assign it some effort. Separately, of course, you can't be doing a million things at once with your life. We all have only 24 hours in a day. Multiplied by 7, multiplied by 52. Same amount of time for everybody. So, I hope that those simple concepts can encourage you to both go out and try, take a step before you sort of analyze. I've been guilty of this in the past. Overanalyzing before actually doing anything. And as a result, convinced myself that it isn't worth it to begin, or that I couldn't be capable of getting something done. As a general rule, I think we all underestimate the amount of time that something may take. And we underestimate, in addition to that, our own ability to put in a little bit of effort. We suppress our creative energies, problem-solving energies, the same energy that results, the same energy that generates anything in life, from relationships to business success, to family, to physical change. It is a finite thing because we are human. We're not infinite. Our energy sources are not infinite. But the underestimation of time and the focus on that kills, unfortunately, the little flame and spark that gets the idea rolling. All right, I'm gonna call it there. I'm almost to where I need to be. So, peace to everybody out there. I hope that you enjoy these little tidbits of thought that I share. I certainly like to share them because they help me kind of improve my own thinking processes. And so I'll see you in the next one. As always, like, comment, share, if you may, if you will. If you found value, please subscribe for more videos, and drop a comment in the comments section. I always like to hear your thoughts. What would you like to hear more about? I can give you some perspective, hopefully, and if not, I'm open to learning. I'm also open to discussion from a viewer who has input that they'd like to share. Let me know what you want to see more of. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.